Although The Big Bang Theory's earliest Thanksgiving episode was already solid, the outing became even better thanks to young Sheldon's story. The Big Bang Theory's cast of characters were friends, rather than co-workers or family members, making the series a hangout show. This loosely defined sitcom subgenre includes shows like Friends, New Girl, How I Met Your Mother, and Happy Endings. Distinct from workplace sitcoms like The Office and family sitcoms like The Big Bang Theory's spin-off Young Sheldon, hangout shows typically follow a set of friends in their 20s or 30s navigating personal and professional problems. Since Friends is a titan of the genre and the show's Thanksgiving episodes are iconic, it is somewhat surprising that The Big Bang Theory didn't stage its own until Season 7, Episode 9, The Thanksgiving Decoupling. This outing was a complicated one whose plot followed numerous divergent strands, but it still went on to become a classic, The Big Bang Theory holiday episode, thanks to a few choice gags. One of these was made even better by young Sheldon's revelations about Sheldon's childhood and adolescence years later, which reinforced everything viewers had heard from the character in the original show. The Big Bang Theory's first Thanksgiving featured a lot of storylines. The Thanksgiving Decoupling had 4 distinct plot lines. The Thanksgiving Decoupling was an unusually busy The Big Bang Theory outing that saw the gang bring an indignant Sheldon to Mrs. Wolowitz's Thanksgiving celebrations, while Leonard found out about Penny's accidental marriage. As Amy, Raj, and Bernadette take charge of the elaborate dinner due to Mrs. Wolowitz's gout, Penny learns that her joke marriage to Zach in 2010 is legally binding. While young Sheldon's lone Thanksgiving episode was a sadder affair, the Thanksgiving Decoupling soon becomes a fast-paced romp as Penny calls Zach over to sign an annulment while Sheldon finds an unlikely ally at dinner thanks to football. In a surprisingly sweet twist, Howard's father-in-law commiserates with Sheldon over the loss of his father, George Sr. The Thanksgiving Decoupling brings back Sheldon's encyclopedic football knowledge, relying on Sheldon's uncharacteristic love of the game as he bonds with Bernadette's father over a football game. Sheldon's father was a high school football coach, and constant exposure to the game, paired with his genius intellect, resulted in Sheldon eventually becoming an expert in the subject despite his apparent disinterest. In a surprisingly sweet twist, Howard's father-in-law commiserates with Sheldon over the loss of his father, George Sr. Like many of young Sheldon's off-screen tragedies, this was a sad event that The Big Bang Theory only occasionally treated all that seriously. Sheldon's conversation with Bernadette's father is better because of young Sheldon. Young Sheldon gave more context to Sheldon's endless football expertise. Sheldon and Bernadette's father continued to bond over their mutual disdain for Howard, but Howard managed to get a compliment from his father-in-law before the Thanksgiving Decoupling ended. What made Sheldon's football knowledge funnier was a scene in young Sheldon Season 6, Episode 15, Teen Angst and a Smart Boy Walk of Shame, that revealed Sheldon had potential as a football player. George SR was delighted to find out Sheldon really could throw a ball around, but Sheldon was hilariously annoyed since The Big Bang Theory's future hero had been trying to get better at accepting failure in this young Sheldon outing.